That was so good.
And Matthew Goode joins us now. Good to have you with us.
Thank you so much.
To see you.
It's thrilling to be, well, thrilling to meet you because I normally have Miss Willoughby and the Arctic Fox. So it's like, it's
you got a little change today.
Lovely to have a change.
It's so lovely to meet you.
Thank you.
And that looks so good.
So good.
And you've seen it, obviously.
I'm very privileged.
I've
seen the first 5 eps
Which
because I
I'm thrilled
interviewed
about,
Dexter on the radio, so who's the director and the executive producer. So for people that don't know the story, tell us a little bit about what The Offer is about.
Well, I mean, essentially it is about the making of the Godfather movie, the first one, and all the difficulties that, I mean, it should really have never been made.
Yeah.
And it's sort of told from the main perspective of the sole producer on the job, which is Al Ruddy. So it's kind of a love letter to him, really.
And Robert Evans, I've never actually heard of him. Tell me a little bit about him.
Robert Evans was the sort of... He was, I think, like the youngest studio head in history. And that when we find him at this point in the story, Paramount, it's not going great, although Love Story does come out and it's like the highest...
And he doesn't have much experience, though, does he?
He was an actor to start off with,
yeah.
And him and his brother were in women's pants, so to speak, as in selling trousers for women in America. And then he sort of accidentally became this actor, and it didn't go very well. And then he got into producing.
He tells. I mean, I've read this book. So it's 10 years ago. I read this book called "The Kid Stays in the Picture," which is his story.
And there's a brilliant documentary of it as well.
And so his story about how he goes from this kind of like, you'd say, B-list actor.
Maybe not even.
Right.
Yeah.
Up to this, you know, he is the head of Paramount. It's extraordinary.
Unbelievable.
So his story is interlinked with all of this as well. You capture him because he's passed now, but he was, you know, he went on camera a lot, didn't he? So you capture him so well. Like, what did you do to nail that?
Well, after the panic and the fear, I was like, well, I better do some serious homework, really. But if you go on YouTube... I mean, I was quite lucky because some of the other characters, but there's a brilliant actor called Bern Gorman, who's a British actor.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
He couldn't find anything on YouTube about his, and he had to do a heavy Austrian accent, and I think he did it amazingly. But I just found these amazing... old interviews from the 1970s with him, and I just watched them
over and over again,
just like on loop.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, you was quite shocked when you actually got the part because you actually auditioned for another part.
Yeah,
that you're not going to say which one it is.
No, I wouldn't want to do that to the other actor. But I mean, so that happens occasionally. You get sent a script, and they go, have a look at these parts, and then sort of 2 months went past, 3 months went. I was like, well, I probably just got a load of really famous other actors, and then I did pretty well with work during lockdown, and then I was literally about to play my first round of golf in months, and it was raining, and I was like, and my phone went off, and it was all the agents, and they said, they've offered you Evans, and we said yes on your behalf.
So you hadn't read for him at all? You just read for the other part, and then they offered...
I hadn't read. No, I hadn't read it. Didn't even read for the other parts. I just thought it had gone.
That's amazing how they knew that you could
Dexter
play that
Fletcher.
part.
That's Dexter Fletcher.
He just knew.
Well, I mean, the cast are brilliant.
Banked
So, you know, Miles Teller plays Albert Ruddy, who's the guy, the producer who Robert Evans entrusts to get this off the ground.
Yeah. And he said working on The Godfather every day was the worst day of my life. I was just saying how difficult it was. And because also, you have to remember, these days, when you watch a film, it's like 9 producers and 10 executives. It was just him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Alison, when you watch it, you realise, like, the Italian community in America, they thought The Godfather at the time was this kind of blasphemous piece of work.
Sacrilegious book, yeah.
So they didn't want it. So the mafia didn't want it to get made at all. So then, you know, Miles Teller's character, Albert Ruddy, he has to go and essentially convince the mafia to get it made, right?
And they had to make it on like an absolute shoestring budget, and so it was only Francis Ford Coppola.
Right,
but they had to
persuade
him.
the guys writing it. It's so good. I mean, the cast, like you said, Bern Gorman, Miles Teller,
Juno Temple. Yeah. I mean, and Colin Hanks, there's a load of people.
You've got your glasses with you because
No, I haven't.
Are they
Robert Evans, I've put them away now.
Oh, they were so good. Alison was wearing some great Robert Evans.
Because you found some Robert Evans glasses, didn't you?
Well, I can't take credit for that. Juno Temple, as happens occasionally when you're in Hollywood, when someone dies, they just auction off all their stuff. And so one of her mates had bought a pair or two, and she said, would you like to see them? And I was like, yeah, bring them in. And she did, and it was really interesting because the arms were covered in bite marks. just
so
up
that-
and down.
I
So
suppose that's a clue into his character then.
I mean, a little bit, I guess. I was like either nervous energy, but he's also renowned for having like a pear on his head, pear in his mouth, 2 phones, you know. Because he wasn't just running he was running the studio, so he was looking after about 9 films at a time, which is quite a stressful.
Yeah.
This is
thing to do.
fascinating.
When you were filming it, did you think, like, this is going quite well? Like, we think this is going to sort of resonate? Because obviously it's on Paramount Plus, which is a new channel over here. It's sort of being streamed, so...
Yeah, you get it as part of the... I think if you've got Sky Cinema, then you get it for free, and if not, then you can download a package,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Or you can probably just get a free trial for a bit, watch the offer, and...
And see you later.
Did you have a good feeling there? Because it looks so beautiful. But did you have a good... When you were on set, did you have a good feeling it was going, like...
Dexter, I think, gave us... I mean, he gave us a lot of homework. And so we got set, and I missed out on rehearsals because my visa, I nearly lost the job.
Imagine.
Really?
So, there was such a back catalogue of people wanting them. So anyway, I got out there, and I think he gave us a lot of the confidence. He's that kind of character, and he's that, I think there wasn't a person on set who wasn't just, like, in love with Dexter. So.
What are you doing now?
I'm shaking my foot.
No, but not right now. I mean, in life.
In life, I'm about to go on holiday with the kids and my wife to Greece, which is... I'm normally working, so
Lovely.
we're going to have to, that's why I'm Sean, because it's quite hot over
And
there.
what's your next gig?
I am
It's a goodie, isn't it? Come on, tell us everything.
It's not for a few months, but I'm going to be doing a film with Sir Anthony Hopkins.
That's great.
Which
How
is...
exciting.
It's slightly terrifying, but yeah, I hear he's absolutely lovely, so...
Yeah. Oh, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
The offer is out now on Paramount Plus. Matthew has filled you in on every single ramification as to how you can get that, so that's marvellous. Thank you.
And I loved the tan, by the way.
Oh.
Beautiful. Beautiful.